fresh piece of meat and you're bleeding all over the place and you're like, no, don't eat me.
Welcome to the Still Dripping Happy Hour. This is your host, Mason
speaking.
Oh, on the move tonight, we got Hayes Holla.
Something clever.
And we got Dan the Man. And we're missing LP, but we're trucking along. How many episodes have we not had the full crowd?
Man, we got to get this figured out.
5. It's been
At
probably
least.
5. I think I started the trend and then it's gone downhill.
I might have started the trend when I had fake COVID. It just turned out to be a violent stomach bug.
Landon's in the motherland, so I mean, we can all envy him as he's in the God's country over there, or down there,
in the place
Florida.
where COVID never existed.
Florida. The panhandle.
Call it.
All right. Well, Dan, what do they need to do?
We need to, on any podcast platform that you're listening to, you need to subscribe. You need to rate 5 stars, unsubscribe, subscribe, rate 5 stars, and then repeat the process 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Yep. Follow the algorithm.
Follow the algorithm. But then follow us on Instagram
and
Twitter. And then the card one.
And just the card one.
Our card one is growing in fans. We haven't done crap there. I've only still had one post, but
yeah.
It is growing.
Probably doubled by now from like 10 to 20 followers. That's
Perhaps.
pretty good.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Listen, we have 44 followers. How about that?
Man.
Shoo, boy.
Not bad for how minimal effort has been in this thing so far.
Yeah, just minimal effort is right.
Let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, here's your opening question. Hopefully we can get a little gold right here. What's your weirdest roommate or house guest story?
So just anything?
Yeah.
I'm afraid to put too much out on the interwebs. Who listens to this?
I mean,
don't
you've
know.
got to have a few Matthew Thomas stories, don't you, Dan?
There's a few Matthew Thomas stories.
Does he listen to this podcast?
Probably not.
There's a few. I had a friend who stayed here in Memphis in the house one night, and he opened up the closet and just used it as his own. Like he hung all of his dress shirts with my dress shirts and his dress pants for the weekend, and like hung his belt up on my rack. And I walked in, I was like, I don't recognize any of these clothes. And it was just him. He just had his stuff in my closet for the weekend. It was strange.
I thought you were going to say he used the bathroom in your closet or something like that. Did you not think that was where that was going?
Yeah.
I think this podcast has just turned into a poop podcast at this point.
Dude, you didn't listen to last week. It was totally a poop podcast.
Yeah. More poop stories from Hayes.
We're falling apart. We got to bring it back to sneakers and sports.
That's what the plan is this week.
Yeah. I was probably the weird roommate, honestly. I don't have a lot of stories of that nature. I remember one of my first roommate I ever had. I walked into our little, all we had was a sink and 2 beds. And this was it was like an old house that was converted into a dorm. And I walk in and he's got a loofah scrubber and like a teddy bear on his bed. And I was like, who the crap is this? This is going to be, I've never met this person in my life. Right. It turns out to be one of my best friends. One of my favorite people in the world. I don't know if Ed listens to this podcast, but he should, because I'm giving him a shout out.
Listen.
We had a mini adventure. He would tell you many a story, but I would probably be the one that there was more stories about than he was. The first thing that popped in my head was like our first week there. So we were on this ledge, and you could climb out our window and go out on this balcony that you were not supposed to go out on. And so 2 things. I had gone on a date that weekend and had some O'Charlie's, and I just thought it would be fun to just like put it out there on this rooftop. And it sat out there for like 6 months. But the other story is we get out there and our suite mates thought it would be fun to pretend like we were fishing, but use a metal chair and hang it on a slinky and throw it over the edge. And we're like on the 3rd floor just for fun. This is so stupid. So my roommate throws
Obviously.
this chair off the edge attached to a slinky, and just so happens our RA is walking out the front door and it hits him in the face, gashes his eye, and he has to go get stitches. That was my third day on campus. So
That's a good
stupid.
story.
Ed, I'm going to tell Ed to come listen to this podcast. Episode 7. We've done 17 episodes.
I know. That's pretty
Pretty
crazy.
impressive. Good work, boys.
I got a good one that kind of borders on the lines of well, definitely over the lines of anger management. But I had a roommate, very interesting roommate. He was from Savannah, Tennessee, and that's how he talked. And so
West Tennessee.
Yeah, I think one of the first times I ever saw him angry was he came home from work one time, just busted through the door. Sorry, there is a giant truck just making a lot of noise out the window.
Show it.
So,
show us the truck.
It's dark out there.
I'm kidding.
Anyways, this guy comes in, just slams the front door shut. No words are said. We're all watching TV in the living room. Just stormed straight through the back door, and we had one wooden chair. I don't know that we had a 6-person dining room table, but one chair. That's it.
It's college. It's college.
He grabs that chair and goes outside and splinters it into pieces, slamming it on the ground. Like, no words have been said thus far. He comes back in, and we're like, "Hey man, you all right?" He said, "Yeah, I'm good now. Tough day at work." And then just went to his room.
Oh my goodness.
That's all he said. It was very odd. Same kid. So that was the first year we lived with him. Same kid told us he was graduating early, so he didn't sign his lease for the next year. 2 days before classes started, he texted us and said, "Hey guys, I don't have a place to live." But we had already filled his room. And so we gave him a contract, and he had 2 options. He could either live for free and pay 1/6 of the utilities and clean every single day. He had to clean just our kitchen and living room every single day, or he could pay all of the utilities and clean once a week. And he chose to pay all of the utilities. And man, let me tell you, we did not, like, our air was on 65 in the summer and 80 in the winter because he was picking up the bill. It was bad.
What an idiot. But he doesn't listen to this podcast.
Oh, heck no.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
that's a good one. Good
all right,
question.
well then, hey, wait a second. So I'll tag on would be, because my kids asked me this weekend, honestly. So oddly enough, did you have any really good pranks from college?
Most of the pranks involved the same kid that we were just talking about.
Okay.
We would we'd hop in the CRV, like 10 of us, and we would have like 4 people in the back seat. We put people in the trunk, and then we'd drive around campus and get to stop signs and at night, and we would wave people across at the crosswalk. And then as soon as they got in front of the car, we'd lay on the horn. And it was like a front facing horn. We would do that. We would do like stink bombs in like the cafeteria situation. Nothing too funny. And then we did a lot of just like stupid stuff in the dorm. Like we did slip and slide with the mattress. And so we just took a kid's mattress that wasn't there and put soap and gallons of water on the floor, played slip and slide. Stuff like that.
I can just tell 2, and I think that'll be enough for this one. So over the course of I guess it was my second semester, every single time I went to the cafeteria, I would steal silverware. And so I would get handfuls, forks, knives, spoons, throw them in my bag. And at first it was like innocent. It was like, I'm just gonna, I didn't want to go buy any plastic forks to use in my room. But eventually at the end of the year, I mean, I had a Tupperware, like a bigger than a shoebox, full of silverware, knives, forks, spoons, tons of it. probably 1,000 pieces of silverware, I would guess. So the one point, one of our rival social clubs or whatever fraternity, whatever you want to call it, was 2 floors above us, and so it was like 3 o'clock in the morning one night, and I convinced one of my roommates to go upstairs with me, and it took 2 people to carry it. It was that much silverware, and we lifted it above our heads and just threw it down the hallway, and it's. I don't know how long this building is, but it's like you described. It's tile. It's really loud, and it's really, really, really long. And so we just chucked it as far as we could, hitting doors, walls, everything. And then we just ran off and left, thousands of pieces of silverware in that hallway. 3 o'clock in the morning. The other one was I was on the same floor with all the basketball team my freshman year. And one of the last nights, everybody's wrapping up. We're doing finals and everything. We're trying to pack up to go home. And they were bored and they were like, it's the end of the year. And so they didn't have anything to lose. And so they're like, hey, let's do something. Hayes, you're stupid. What should we do? And so I was like, I don't know how. I'm 18 or 19. So I took a 20-gallon trash can. It's a trash can. It is a trash can. 20-gallon trash can, propped it up against our RA's door, who was asleep. It's like 12:30. Put a stick underneath it, and then I got a hose out of the laundry room, and we filled up this 20-gallon trash can. And then I knocked on his door. Knock, 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 knock. And that guy came and opened up that door, and we hid behind a bunch of stuff where he couldn't see us. And all we heard was in his room, and then a string of obscenities. And it was hilarious. There's no telling what all it ruined on his floor. 20 gallons of water.
We did. We took 2 gallons of milk, and it had expired in the mini fridge, and so we just left it out for a couple of weeks and just added things to it, as you can imagine, and then did the same thing to a kid that just was real annoying on our hallway, and we would lean it up against the classic door, knocked on it. Man, it was putrid. There was all sorts of stuff floating in that gallon of milk. It was terrible.
That makes my stomach hurt.
That was an interesting segment to open this podcast up with, sneaker podcast.
Yeah. Well, getting back to our roots, I guess the first question to kick us off, and it's one that you probably wrestle with a little bit, might make your head hurt. What's your definition of a sneakerhead?
I have various opinions about this because there's a lot of people that you'll know that would be, if it really got down to it. Mason, you're a great example of this. You're a Jordan head. You're a Nike head, right? That's different than a sneakerhead. A sneakerhead has a little bit more diversified. The bonds of their shoe collection are a little bit more diversified than just straight up just Nikes and Jordans. Would you agree, Dan?
I don't disagree.
So, but I'm not, that's not disrespectful. I'm saying there's a ton of people like that out there. I was there for 20 years.
You were there until 2 years ago.
Yeah.
No, that was 5 years ago now.
Yeah, it probably was.
Yeah, it was, man.
The paper bags.
The paper bags. No. It was the Yeezys that were, I had a pair of Yeezys that were, right?
I think
maybe it was the paper bags.
I thought it was the paper bags.
What year was that?
2018. No, my guess is 2018. For those of you who do not know what we're talking about the Adidas EQT. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
The Adidas EQT Kendrick Lamar?
No. Pusha T.
Pusha T. That's who it is. Pusha T. They came out, Adidas and them collabed.
2017.
2017.
It was
this
that
nice
long ago.
Sandy pair of Ultra Boost EQT kind of things.
Oh, bro.
They look great.
Up. I know this is not visual, but I could go get you my sneakers because they're right here. And guess what? Full circle.
You mow the yard in them.
Grass cutting shoes. At one point, I would think I was lighting fireworks with my kids, and something fell on them and it burned holes into the top of it, and that's how they became out grass cutting shoes.
What was a moment in the? We can finish up the sneaker question. I kind of agree with Hayes, but also I could call myself a sneakerhead because I still like have the knowledge, the vast knowledge of Adidas and Nike and Jordan and Reebok. Like I know what's coming out. I just don't get the
It's not
stuff
your
that's coming
preference.
out. Yeah, it's not my first.
It's a personal preference.
I'm not gonna go get Yeezys, but like I know what Yeezys are coming out. I knew the slides came out this morning, so it's just I think it's a little give and take there.
Yeah,
I think
I agree with both of you a little bit. I think I don't know, something that I struggle with though is like a lot of people. I would say, feel free to disagree with me, but we go for a lot of drops throughout the week, right? Nike, Adidas, whatever. But a lot of people that are still going for those same drops, I wouldn't categorize as sneakerheads, right?
Not
I mean,
the slightest.
I think you
True.
have to. I think maybe there's like a history piece. I don't know if history is right, but a knowledge background of it.
I know what you're talking about.
So
Yep.
what made me think of
I
this
agree.
question was a couple episodes ago when Landon was talking about narrowing down his rotation to like 3 pairs. It's nothing hype. It's nothing that you would see and be like, oh man, those are rare. But I would still classify Landon as a sneakerhead because he knows about it. And so it's almost not even about the maybe not even about the shoes you wear on your feet. It's just an interest, I guess.
Maybe it needs to be. Maybe we should have 2 terms. All right. You've got the sneakerhead who has a bunch of the sneakers and wears them, but then you've got the person that's really, really knowledgeable that just likes a specific shoe, right? Like Mason. Mason's a good. There should be a name for that. That should be a different genre.
The genre.
Because when I think of sneakerheads, like I think of Sean Witherspoon and like hate him or love him, Lil Yachty is a sneakerhead, man. Like go YouTube Lil Yachty sneaker connection. It's freaking bananas.
Anything with Lil Yachty on YouTube and sneakers,
it's so crazy. It is absolutely crazy. It doesn't matter. It's Adidas. It's all kinds of stuff that he has that are way really, really difficult. Now a lot of it's Nike, a lot of it's Jordan. He's got tons of Nike Jordan stuff. But that's a sneakerhead, right?
He knows so much, and the shoes that he has are so rare. It's like stuff he's tracked down for 5 years that had for like 60 years sitting in his closet. It's amazing.
Who's wing?
We have to cut that.
I think maybe the one of the differences is I feel like hype beasts maybe have been kind of combined with sneakerheads.
They've watered it down.
Not really the same at all, right?
Or again, it's a Jordan head has been reclassified as a sneakerhead. Where I just got a bunch of Jordans, and they don't. Yeah, that's all they know about, and that's fine. I'm not hating, but I think there's a different level when you start to think about. But it also takes getting outside of your brand loyalty. Mason, I swear, we're gonna do this podcast so long that you're gonna crack. I'm gonna get you to crack.
We'll see.
I'm gonna gateway drug you, and it's gonna be. I mean, heck, I'll even buy them for you. We're the same size. We're the same freaking size. I could just get you something tomorrow. But I feel like it took me getting
about it. But like so I know what you're saying, Hayes, because I understand because I was only Nike and Jordan. But I have owned Yeezys and I've owned Ultra Boost, and they only stay in my collection for like 6 months tops. It's just like they do nothing for me. I'm not excited to wear them. They don't look great on my foot. It's just like, I would rather wear a Jordan 1. I'd rather pull out a Jordan 3. Like, I'd rather wear an Air Max 1. It just, and there are pairs of Ultra Boost that I love. Like, that is a good looking shoe. But I also I could get that for 190, or I could try for the Obsidian Jordan 1s for 170.
That's reasonable and fair. I will disagree with you on I really like Yeezys. Love them. They're the most comfortable shoe that I have. And not Boosts. I only have the one pair of mowing shoes. And every other shoe that I have that's Adidas is a Yeezy. And then I have one pair of New Balance. So maybe I'm not great at talking about being diversified when I really only have like 5 pairs that aren't Nike or Jordan.
I have some Converse. I
take that back. I got some Gucci. I got some
Converse.
Gucci's. I got some Gucci sneakers. I got some. Shut up! I do.
You
And
do.
then
We know you do.
You
And
got
then
some
I've got
Golden
some-
Goose.
I got some Golden Goose, and then I've got
Bougie.
some. What is it? Revenge
Can't-
Storm. They look like Vans, with this lightning bolt
Mhm.
on it.
Mm-hmm. You can't hide money.
You can't hide side hustle money. Again, the only reason I bought Gucci snooze is because I side hustled it. That's it.
One
the
of
only
the
reason
stunt.
It's the only
Those are
reason I
his
bought any
church
off-whites.
shoes.
It's the only reason I bought any whatever. You name it. You side hustle. You get
Hustle
to
up, baby.
treat yourself.
Treat yourself with a
Treat
hustle up.
yourself.
Hey, this is a great segue to a question I had because Dan actually verbatim said what I would probably choose here. My question was, what would be your burial fit? No rules. You're like, honey, when I die, I don't care if I'm 80. I don't care if I'm 45. I don't want to be in a suit. Screw that. I'm going to be laying down there forever. And I want to be comfortable. So that's the parameter. There's no parameters. It can be whatever you want. You can have a hat. You can not have a hat. You can have a chain on. You can have.
If you have a
even if
hat,
you don't
though,
own one.
if you have a hat, you either got to tell them to cut you a little slot in the back if you want it backwards, or you just got to wear it forwards. Just
That's true. You got to
And
cut
then
the
I feel
bill
like-
off that sucker.
I just thought it would be fun. I thought it'd be fun, like Little Rascals or something. Right, Bill. Anyway, that's a really bad throwback thing. Hey, so we'll also pick Landon's. Like he's not on here, but be like, okay, if Landon was dead and he's having his funeral and we have to dress him, like what do you dress him as?
Oh, definitely
in.
putting Landon in some swim trunks and some water
I was gonna say
resistant
ACG.
ACGs for sure. Purple
Yep.
color,
Purple.
100% purple.
Easy.
Maybe that
Backward
lippy,
hat.
that lippy shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Backward hat. Some basketball shorts. I could see him
Yeah.
being comfortable in some just plain color.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yep.
Just black. Just
With the
straight up
ACG.
black with a champion logo.
Yep.
Yep.
Do you feel like we should put him in a shoulder bag, like a champion shoulder bag, man purse?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. The Merce is coming out for
Merce.
Lando.
Mm.
And this is not a joke. And Hayes, we this was not scripted. Brooke knows exactly which shoe I wants to die in. This was one of the only things we talked about. And I said, if I die, this is what I want. And it's the bread Air Jordan 1s.
Mm.
And she knows it. The other day I said, hey, when I die, what am I wearing? And she said, Air Jordan 1s. And I said, what else? And she said, you don't care. And I said, yes, ma'am.
So you're wearing? Are you going to have on a suit? Like there's no rules here.
Are you going to
There's
be
no rules
just,
after the Jordan 1s.
just nothing?
Okay, well then
Just
let's dress
Jordan
you.
ones.
I feel like you'd
Just
be in.
butt naked in the coffin.
Oh, that is inappropriate.
No, we'll only open the coffin like
No,
with
if
and
I
then
say
only
that-
your shoes.
I'm really making fun of myself because if I'm not mistaken, last week I said, and I quote, Landon, I'm going to show up on your front porch butt naked, wearing nothing but the LeBron Low Miami Nights that I didn't get.
You did say that, yeah.
No, Dan's going to be in some joggers. I feel like that's like classic Dan. When I think of Dan, I think of joggers.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that.
Okay, I can see you in the so you're up top. We're going to have. See, I don't feel like when you're dead. I love North Carolina, but I don't love them enough to like want to be buried in something North Carolina. Like that's not appropriate,
I
right?
understand that.
So what I'm saying is I don't think Texas is the move for you. I don't think you care enough about Texas, number one, but then also I don't think that would be the move. But
just like
I don't know,
maybe
a
even
hoodie?
like a hoodie, a rooted hoodie,
A rooted
a,
hoodie. Oh,
a
free
New
shout out.
Balance,
He's
a
gonna
New
get buried.
Balance Fun Guy thing, or Boardman gets paid. Something
Okay.
simple, nothing
Okay.
crazy.
So
Yeah.
a graphic tee and maybe a hoodie.
Yeah, but a simple graphic tee.
Okay.
Nothing. I don't want like a whole chest graphic going on or
Mhm.
anything.
Just
like
some
that.
words. Just a
Maybe
few
even
words.
like an undefeated, like a spring summer undefeated,
Okay.
just
Okay.
t-shirt.
Yeah, that would be a comfortable way to lay there forever.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right,
Mm.
Mason.
I don't know. I got a few pairs of shoes, and I don't know which ones. I say, well, I guess it doesn't have to be in my collection yet, but
No, there's no rules.
Yeah, I mean, when
I
you
think
die,
I'm
you're
going
going to get that life
classy.
insurance policy.
Yes,
You'll be able to buy anything.
use that on a $600 pair of Pinnacle Air Jordan 1 Vachetta Tan.
Oh, that's
I
really
want 'em-
specific.
I want them a little used, a little
You want a
patina.
little bit of you want some patina on that baby,
Yeah,
on that leather.
Yeah,
Ooh.
a little more brown. I guess just a nice, just some jeans, not Levi's or name brand, just like some
Old Navy.
Cap.
yeah, some Old Navy jeans, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe buy them at Ross, something like that. Save the money for the shoes. And then that's all I got really. I guess Grateful
You're a
hoodie.
hat guy.
I'll go with a Grateful hoodie.
Oh, that's
And
I like that.
all right.
It's not bad.
yeah, hats. I don't know what hat I would.
But
I
you're a
would go
backwards
for.
hat guy. Like
Yeah.
I would see you in a team Nike hat, a vintage one,
Mm.
right? That's
I
what
can
you're
see
gonna. I think you'd be dead in that forever.
That,
I also would
that
see
brings
you
up a
in
good point.
Hayes is crying already. He thinks
No,
she's
I'm
dead, Mason.
sweat. I told Mason I was doing a bunch of work before we popped on here, and I keep sweating.
That I
Ugh.
have lost. This is one of the saddest things that I've ever lost. A Team Nike Tennessee gray wool hat, like
Yeah,
snapback.
I think of you with that hat on.
I know. I don't
That
know
was
where it
some
went.
of my first memories of you.
That's
It's the
the
Team
worst.
Sports
Mhm.
branding, everything.
Mm.
And
Those hats are so dope.
See,
I
you're
don't know
buried
where
in
it
that,
went.
man. You're
I gotta
buried
find
in that
another one on eBay.
I also would see you in a Nike like not pullover, but like not a raincoat. No, what's the mesh jacket? Not mesh. It's like a nylon jacket.
like a bomber jacket,
like a windbreaker.
like a windbreaker. Yeah,
A Nike windbreaker over it. Yeah. That's your vibe.
I must be dying in wintertime because I'm bundled up.
No,
baby.
it's like spring. It's spring. You're not in a bomber jacket. A windbreaker is like meant for like running on a beach somewhere.
I'll take that, but it's over a sweatshirt though.
True. You did say that.
Yeah, because you're a crew neck guy. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you're gonna be hot. That was almost gonna be a bad joke.
Yeah.
6 feet under. It can't be too warm down there.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
All right. I'm in Jordan 3 cements all day long. Black.
I knew you were gonna say that. I was gonna. I was gonna say it, but
I'm gonna be in some basketball shorts, but they'll have pockets, so it'll be not a traditional basketball short. It'll be more like a
fake pair. Not
no.
real.
But something hype like
like the ones
honestly
that spell out something across the front.
No, I have a pair of Kith shorts that are seersucker from 3 years ago that are a bandana pattern. That's probably what I mean. It's
bandana boys.
It's bandana. Yep. Yeah, I'm that type, of course. And then probably, I mean, the shirt is going to be difficult. I really want a basketball jersey or like a dope hoodie, like something that is just fire, some absolute heat. And then I'd probably do a hat or a bandana on my head.
Yeah, I think the problem with a basketball jersey, because I mean, Kobe being my favorite player ever, it's actually a jersey that Hayes gave me. So shout out to that.
Sheesh.
But
Shout out Hayes.
I just feel weird about wearing a jersey of another person for eternity. I mean, maybe get like
Yeah, that's weird.
a Jesus
agree.
jersey,
I-
like Jesus number 33 or something. I don't know. I don't know what number
Jesus
Jesus would
walks
wear.
Kanye.
You said,
edition.
did you say Jesus number 33?
Yeah,
Because he
30
died when he was 33?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
I don't know why he would.
So Pippen.
He would be.
He's the Scottie Pippen of the Savior game.
That's a
I don't
weird
even know
one.
what to say right now. The Scottie Pippen of the Savior game?
Maybe number one.
Maybe number
he could
one.
have a number one on his jersey.
That would
my
probably be
goodness.
better.
I got, by the way, fun fact, I got that. I don't know if I've ever told you this. I got that jersey at the Champs in what was Hickory Hollow Mall, which is not really a mall anymore, in 96, 97.
Sheesh, that's amazing.
And I held on to it. I mean, it's still in dope condition unless Mason screwed it up.
No, it's still in dope condition for sure.
But man, I gave that to you pre-death, man. It was
Yeah.
I just love Mason. I was like, this artifact needs to be in the hands of somebody that is a true Kobe fan. And so, that doesn't happen all the time. There are very specific things that I know, like some of the stuff back here. If I ever run into somebody, like eventually Landon, humongous Auburn fan, he'll own this poster that I got for my birthday.
The one above it too,
Yeah.
right?
And Barkley, yeah. I got that for my birthday in 89, I guess. And I think this one was probably from 90 or 89 also.
We could
But,
give
there's
out.
specific things that
Yeah,
are
the
gonna
one
have
above
to go
that
to
could
the-
go to D Sesh. The Rain Man.
I wonder if David
Right.
Sessions listens to this podcast. Man, I need to text him.
Man,
But
there's a
that's
lot of
just one
people
example.
on
There's a
your
lot
poster. I'm reading a book about I can't remember what it's called. About high school players the first high school players to jump
Yep.
to the NBA. It's a great book.
Sean Kemp.
Sean Kipp was in there. KG
That's-
had a big spotlight.
Sean Kemp should have an asterisk, though. Do you know that story? You know he was originally going to go to Kentucky
Yes.
and got
yeah.
caught
He
stealing.
went for like 2 months or something.
Maybe he never played a game, obviously. And then
Right.
he went to Trinity Valley or something like that. I don't even know where that is. And then he went to the NBA. So technically, he never played a college game. He was never. I guess that's technical. Yeah, that's getting really technical. But
Yeah.
Moses Malone, Kevin Garnett, Kobe.
I think
and
a
then
guy
the
named
list goes on.
Brad Willoughby was with
Brad
Moses Malone. They were in the
Willoughby.
same year.
Man, you just told me something I didn't know.
Yeah. There you go. Some NBA knowledge for you.
Love
All right. Next question. Going back to the sneakerhead esque question. Along the same lines, what apps do you guys use to keep up with the sneaker game? And then in addition to that, what site calendar do you use to notify you of upcoming drops?
Like Dan's really got this in the bag, probably.
Oh baby, I think people are going to be surprised by the lack that I have. So J23 app or J app 23,
Mm-hmm.
99
Same.
cents well spent, 100%. Buy
One of the only
app.
apps I've ever purchased with money.
Yeah, it's probably the only app I've purchased in the last 10 years. Buy the app, it's 99 cents, and it gives you notifications to anything that's dropping on Finish Line, East Bay, surprise sneaker drops, like the whole 9 yards. It's awesome. Restocks, the whole thing. In fact,
But that's just for Jordans, correct?
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just solely just for Jordans.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to watch out for that. The other one is, truly, it really is just Instagram and sneakers and J23 app. Because sneakers, it's like a social media platform for me. I'll just go in and just refresh it like once a day and just see oh, okay, they loaded more images up. But even J23 app on Instagram, they post all the new releases and when the official images come out. And if you follow sneaker news and Sneaker Bar Detroit, the few people that are out there, you can stay up on almost every release. And if there's an important one, I'll just check out sneaker news online or Kicks on Fire or something and just make sure I'm not missing the date. But I don't have any sneaker related apps on my phones other than sneakers and J23 app, Goat and StockX.
Yep. Doesn't really count though. At least for his question.
True.
Yep. Same J23. I do have Kicks on Fire because I dabble in a little bit more than just Nikes and Jordans. So I would recommend that if you're trying to do that. I do have the Adidas app. And so like this morning when the Yeezy slides came up, it popped up in my thing and that was helpful. I mean, or if you just go to Yeezy Supply and plug in your email address, you should do that too if you're interested in Yeezys at all. But that's it. Sneakers, Adidas, Yeezy Supply, Kicks on Fire, J23. I think that about covers it.
So Yeezy Supply they have an app now?
That's not an app. It's just on their website.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Yeah, mine are the ones you guys said already. Kicks on Fire has the best calendar that I've found.
Yep.
For everybody, but
yep.
I think the biggest difference that I was telling somebody this weekend was Kicks on Fire. I feel like only does like confirmed, whereas J23 will kind of do some rumors of what could be dropping. That could have changed recently. There's not as much out on J23 app. Like there used to be years, I feel like, of future drops. So maybe they're getting away from that a little bit and going with the confirmed ones. But yeah, I think both of those are probably the top two. Those are the only two that I really look at. Another one, not for calendars, but I still have a Sneaker Steal. It's
I never heard of that.
Back in the day, Sneaker
Steal.
Twitter
and Sneaker Steals, man, baby.
Yeah, so they have an app. I don't really check it as often, but I still see it on Instagram more. But if you want to get stuff for retail or under retail, that's probably the best way to go with restocks and anything like that. So that's a sleeper. It's
not a website, but along those lines, because I feel like I'm the only one does anything on Twitter. Sneaker Twitter. So SNKR-TWITR sends you any deal that comes out during the day. And so you'll be sitting there and all of a sudden Nike restocks Air Max 1, whatever pack. They'll tell you, they put steals on there and deals on, like I have ordered off of there several times and hit. So follow them for sure. I don't know if they have an Instagram. I'm sure they probably do, but Sneaker Twitter, that's a really good follow. You guys follow them too?
Yeah, I think I followed them on Twitter.
You tweet?
I don't tweet. I peruse like an 80-year-old man.
Oh, but then they throw this crap. Like this is 40 minutes ago. Prime deal. $69.69. That's sketch for the Cairo gun, massage gun, deep tissue massager, percussion massage gun.
Those are dope though.
I got one of those.
I got one as well.
It's amazing. For
lack of better way of saying though, if you just see a picture, it's very sexual. I would dare say it's phallic in nature.
I believe that.
And then he's got this crap about this. What the heck? I'm disappointed. Sneaker Twitter, I just give you a free shout out. And they're 53 minutes ago, prime deal, $188.18 each for the Cookley stand mixer. Who gives a crap? You're trying to get me to help you go. Oh, now it's Sneaker Twitter. Oh man, something has happened. Somebody's hijacked their feed because this is crap. I mean, this is a regular follow from me. I'm really disappointed. That makes me very angry, actually.
Unfollow.
Here I'm on this podcast with 700 downloads or whatever, and here I'm in saying, "Oh, go follow Sneaker Twitter. Oh, you can get you're gonna have to bleep this machine and a mixer."
Machine.
Really frustrating, honestly. This is all happening in real time that I just discovered that. God, mother.
While we're talking about weird merch, it was just brought to my attention the other day.
USPS has a shoe, Mason.
No, I know that. and this is off script. I know we talked about
I love it.
something,
None of
but-
this is script. We have like 2 questions.
Yeah, that's true. So have you guys ever seen the Pioneer shirt that the Clippers made for Blake Griffin when he re-signed with them a couple years ago?
Oh, no, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Nope.
So let me pull this up for you and we'll describe it for
Put it
the
on Instagram.
listeners. Let's see here. I just want to
Mhm.
So
Yep.
we've got the word pioneers in graffiti letters. We've got Muhammad Ali, JFK,
I see
Martin
Gandhi down
Luther
there.
King, Gandhi, Albert Einstein, Nelson Mandela, Barack Obama, Abraham Lincoln, Michael Jackson, and Blake Griffin.
That's
He does
bizarre.
not fit into this. You just put like 10 of the top like 100 human beings, maybe. Missed out on Jesus, but you put Blake Griffin in there.
That's really, really, really
The
odd.
Clippers made this shirt
They
for
made
him
this
to
shirt.
wear.
When he re-signed, it was like a giveaway in their arena.
What in the world?
I'm sure we could find one of these on eBay or something. But and
Pioneers, baby.
another irony of this is the season after they made this shirt, they traded him to Detroit of all places. What a
Well,
terrible
the
place
irony.
to send somebody. Let's ship him off to Detroit, the blank of America.
Oh,
I mean,
You mean like the of America?
yeah, yes,
Yep. You're
all of
welcome.
that. You're in the right area.
yes,
You're in the right area. The undercarriage of America.
Yeah, exactly. And meanwhile, you want to put him on a shirt with all of these incredible people. We'll go on to our picks of the week. So, Dan, what you got for this week?
I'm so enveloped right now in trying to remodel a house. I've absolutely fallen astray from the sneaker world for the past
Man.
week.
Appreciate the honesty.
So I don't know what's coming out. I honestly couldn't tell you. The
right.
Instagram has been lacking. The sneaker has been lacking.
Our Instagram? Yeah, you can
No.
help with that.
My Instagram.
Oh,
My Instagram
Oh.
knowledge.
I
I'm gonna have
can't
to-
wait for the day that you post. I'm gonna like retweet, unsubscribe, rate 5 stars to that thing, and then make a shirt out of it. That's gonna be our first merch. As Dan makes a post. Congrats! Oh,
I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I might do
yeah,
it tonight.
right. I bet you won't, coward. All right. Well, then I'll take it from here since he's got nothing anyway. I'll say 2 things. A little bit of a not curveball, just a little bit different. So, did you see Extra Butter? Which Extra Butter, if I'm not mistaken, is somehow connected to Rooted. Am I right? They have the same ownership at the top, maybe.
Yep.
Am I right? Okay.
Yep,
So, Extra
something like
Butter is a shoe store similar to a Rooted, but in New York, and they have a collab with Adidas Golf, which is collabing with Happy Gilmore for the 25th anniversary of that movie. And it's just some cool merch and things that if you like golf or if you don't like golf, they're cool colors. It's got a lot of like pastel colors. And there's one shirt that said, I can't remember what it says, Happy Gilmore Land or something like that. But that will be a pick a week for me that I will actually I would like to go get. I don't know if I'm going to call this a pick or it could even be loser of the week. Honestly, did you guys see that Off-White is doing a Jordan 2 low?
Yep.
And they are
Uh-huh.
hideous. Like they are not good. We've talked about Jordan 2s on this podcast before. Go check previous episodes. When was that intern Landry that brought up why don't we hear more about 2s? Wasn't that a question?
That was Seth.
Seth. Okay, Seth. Respect. These are crap. And I can't believe I'm saying that because I'm an Off-White fan. But when you see these, there's nothing cool about them. It looks like a bowling shoe that I don't know. got
Perfect descriptor.
a bowling shoe that's been sitting at Goodwill for a month,
Mhm.
and they put a little logo, a little tag on it, and they
Yep.
said, "Oh, these are $5,000." It is lazy, and it's not a good shoe. It is really lazy. So I don't know whether to call that loser of the week or even the pick of the week because you're going to want to buy them. Is the irony? No, because even though they suck, you're going to want to buy them to flip them. God, that sucks.
Things hey, hey,
There you go. I'm done.
100%.
I'm done.
100%.
Oh man, I love it when picks of the week and things Hayes hates gets wrapped up all into
I
one.
didn't even mean to do that.
I know. It's the
You're
best
loud.
part.
You're loud.
For me, picks of the week would be the University Blue Dunk Lows. Probably be able to flip those. They're not SB dunks, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
The all leather. It looks
Mhm.
clean. It's got the Nike on the heel tab, so just normal little dunk. Can't rock them, but I'll try to get them. Sorry, Hayes.
I'm good. I'm not gonna fight with you.
Okay, cool. All right, I guess
That was easy. That was almost too
yeah.
easy.
It was a
great.
little too
I got
easy.
a little bit angry at the end, and that's all good.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to the Still Dripping Happy Hour. Man,
Follow the algorithm. Do it.
yeah, follow the algorithm. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at StillDrippingTN and the cards one.
And then unfollow us, and then follow us again, and then repeat the process until your mind is in a mental pretzel.
Hayes wants us to say cookies on the bottom shelf.
Cookies on the bottom shelf. It's just marketing, bro.
It's just marketing. Reach. Get some reach out
It's
there.
reach.
Hey, before we end
Pay per
this,
click.
what is happening with these Travis Scott, Jordan 1 Low fragment, Jordan, like the
Put
whole
that on our
thing?
Instagram. If you go read it, you might be able to learn a little bit.
That thing is nuts.
Yeah, it is nuts. You should go check it out. Do a little bit of research after you finish your building your toilet tomorrow.
I got two
building
toilets to
your
install.
toilet tomorrow.
Well, with that, I think we can close this out. Thank you guys for listening. We hit 600 listeners or downloads this past week. So maybe we'll get up to 700 after
and
this
then
episode.
1,000,
And then
and then
1,000,
1,000,000, and then we'll quit our jobs.
And
Amen.
the bandwagon's not full yet, so jump on while
Hop
we got
on,
space.
baby. Hop
We're
on.
like Duke men's basketball.
This is like Doge to the moon. You just need to get on the front train before it hits the blockchain platforms.
Buy us for a penny now, sell us for 100 later.
Yes.
Anyways, thank you for listening. We truly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hayes,
Be anywhere else, but you're here with us.
Hayes, you got a little lesson?
Oh, heck yes. Off the dome. So sometimes in life, your self-esteem and your self-worth is like a big cauldron. And sometimes that big old pot, it might get a little ding in it. And you got to take that thing and you got to put it back on the stove and you got to get a little butter and spread it all in the bottom because that pot doesn't have time to be not working.
Man, that was great. That was a wonderful way to end it.
I am a little baffled by what you just said.
Yeah. Were you not baffled last week when I was talking about the lion?
Oh, the lion. That was a great one.